Hi everyone, this is Balazs from Racing Brick. The stunts theme first appeared last year. It had two different waves. I made two videos about them. The first one featured the stunt show arena and truck set. That was pretty cool with the monster trucks and the ramps. And the second one had the double loop arena. Well, I was very disappointed with that one. I had very high expectations as I loved the design of the loops, but they were barely playable and made me and the kids really frustrated. This year the stunts team will have its third wave with 4 new sets. I have all of them here. Let's see what we get. What are the novelties? Did the designers manage to eliminate the flaws of last year's loops? And what the Space Shuttle Discovery has to do with all of these? Let's get started. So here are the 4 boxes. You can see their price and piece count on the screen. All of them will be released on the 1st of March. I won't do a detailed building review with them this time, as most of the builds are pretty straightforward. I will highlight the interesting parts or building techniques for each of them. Let's start with the smallest one, the Dunk Stunt Ram Challenge. The bike and minifigure designs are still very cool. There are no official names on LEGO.com, but this is supposed to be a dinosaur bike, I guess. The base of the stunt hoop is a cool new piece that I have to borrow from another set to be able to show without the additional pieces. This is a 15 by 15 ring that is quite similar to the 11 by 11 one that was introduced in 2021. It has 4 pinholes and 2 cross-axle holes. I really wonder if they will be used for some cool Technic builds. If you have any ideas for them, let me know in the comments. So the build is pretty straightforward. Here's the ramp, and the hoop is either placed vertically with these stars on it or horizontally, and then we get this sort of ring of fire. The ramp also has this adjustable section with the bump. It will have a roll when the ring is in the horizontal position. It is not that difficult to jump through the ring when it is vertical and smash down the stars. For the other position, you need to put that bump in place, and that helps to jump into the ring, but that one is more challenging as you really have to play with the speed of the bike to get it right. Here's the second build, the Spinning Stunt Challenge. We have 2 bikes and 2 ramps this time, and 2 of the new hoop pieces. There's a monster-like creature, let me know if you have a more precise definition, and a knight minifigure with some pretty cool details. Their bikes are quite generic this time. The 13 stud high support piece is new in black, just like the ramp in purple. I want to highlight the white frictionless half pins for Technic builders to make them jealous. This isn't something new, but never appeared in a Technic set so far. The game is pretty straightforward. We have to attach the 2 ramps to the main assembly. The distance can be actually adjusted, by the way, and then try to jump through the hoops. Those can be either locked with this latch, making it easier to execute, or can also rotate, which makes it way more challenging. I would say it is pure luck in this case. Now here's the third set, the Stunt Truck and Ring of Fire Challenge, and oh boy, now we are talking. I'm sure some people won't like the color scheme, but I simply love a funky build with tons of flames, especially if it is a huge truck. There's only 1 bike included in this set, but 3 minifigures. Here's the driver. I think this guy must be responsible for the fire, and the other one makes sure to put the fire out, and I think he also drives the truck. Look how cool this thing is. I really like these sets where the creativity is not limited by any conventional designs or licenses. This solution with the front grille is pretty clever, and I think this is the first set where this mudguard piece is used according to its original design. It was in a Ninjago set and the Jazz Club so far. The huge trailer has a massive studded Technic frame and 3 of the new ring pieces and tons of flames. This version was only available in a single Harry Potter set, by the way, the Hungarian Horntail Dragon, and this set has 13 of them, so I guess it will become much more accessible on the secondary market. You can drive around with the truck, although steering with those 6 fixed wheels might be a challenge, and since there are not 1 but 2 joints on the trailer, that doesn't make it easier either. So here's how to play with the set. You can stack the rings and then jump through all of them at once, or you can space them out, add those small ramps and hope for the best. Yeah, finding the best speed for the stunt is again crucial. Simply pushing the bike full power doesn't work most of the time. If you want anything remotely clean, then it takes tons of practice. And here is our last and biggest set, the Ultimate Stunt Riders Challenge. We get 2 bikes and 4 figures. The riders got some cool helmets, and this set is the second one in the row having the purple air tank for the purple astronaut. If you don't know this piece, then just take a look at Bricklink and the average price. Yes, this single tiny piece is offered for 15-20 euros and even more currently. It was available in a single set so far. Hopefully it becomes more affordable after this release. We have the loop pieces in trans blue this time. Previously these were only available in transparent orange and green. The new big rings come in purple and green, and there's another brand new element that seems to be very exciting. This curved wall piece fits on the new 15x15 ring perfectly, lining up with the pin and axle holes. Thanks to the asymmetric connection point design, these can be put side by side with 6 of them covering a full circle. What would you use them for? Let me know in the comments and I will show you my idea at the end of the video. There are also some unusual pieces like this Technic brake disc known from the large-scale motorbikes or this ball joint with the eye print that only appeared in 2 sets so far. So, we have 2 main sections, the tower with that UFO at the top and the alien in the jar. There are Technic beams that can be moved. This is pretty straightforward and not that difficult to master. You need to push the bike hard this time and aim precisely, and if you're successful then you kick that poor fellow out of his spaceship. The loop is also pretty simple, no obstacles, just need to go through it, and the success rate was much better than my attempts with last year's sets with loops. You can also combine the 2 bikes and try something spectacular with both of them. Well, this will be a much tougher job if you try it alone, it's much better to play with someone else. And of course, if you want something really challenging, then you can combine the 2 sections and try to complete the loop and kick the little alien's butt at the same time. That again requires a lot of practice, but I found it still more successful than the loops of the previous generation. What might be the difference? I don't think any parts were changed, it might be more about the structure of the obstacles. The ones from last year had narrower obstacles after the loop that were challenging to pass, even if the bike somehow made through the loop itself. Here it looks somewhat easier, although you still need a lot of attempts, but the whole experience is less frustrating. There's one thing that didn't change unfortunately, the ugly scratch marks on the transparent pieces only after an hour of playing. This plastic simply cannot take the beating, you need to consider this when you buy such sets. So, let's sum it up. I still like the stunts line for the funky colors, the detailed minifigures and the fun obstacles. I think this year's lineup had more testing and they are, let's say, less impossible to complete than some from last year. We played quite a lot with them together with my daughter and she enjoyed the challenges. About the price, if these will have a similar trend to the previous ones, then I wouldn't suggest buying them at the release, as you might get a decent discount in a few months' time. Oh yes, I promised you my idea for the new ring and wall pieces, and we still have the discovery here. Well, I'm sure you figured it out already. I checked the scale and the measurements, and if we can get these wall pieces in orange, as we already have the rings, then they have the perfect size to build the orange fuel tank for the space shuttle. We only have to figure out the top section, but I'm sure talented builders will find a solution for that one as well. Please share your thoughts, folks, in the comments. If you like this video, then please give it a thumbs up. And don't forget to subscribe with notifications as more exciting LEGO videos are coming soon. See you next time, bye bye.